Welcome. Welcome to our great finale. Now that we have covered what is dark feminine, how historical events such as witch burning times have shaped contemporary perspective of women's role, now that you uncovered that your dark feminine can be uncovered from your primal brain, and we covered 6 key practices that can really help you with that, and we already did one of those practices. Today, I really want to focus on how to implement dark feminine on a daily basis, building that momentum that we have here. So, we are going to bring it all together. And we will start by exploring how embodying dark feminine through 5 key points can really lead to a better decision, authentic self expression, your power, and upleveling your life. So, number 1, you need to get comfortable with discomfort of being disliked. And if you're struggling with people pleasing tendencies, I get it. And this might be really hard. This is one of those things that patriarchy has taught us, yet recognizing that it is impossible to satisfy everyone is a game changer. It liberates you to live a life that truly fulfills you, making decisions based on what feels right for you, not just based on others' expectations. So, dark feminine woman knows this, and she is comfortable with this. She values her intuition and understands that standing in her truth might not always be comfortable, but it is essential. It's about having that bravery to say no, to embrace being misunderstood if it means being true to yourself. So, this path isn't the easiest, but it's incredibly empowering, guiding you to live authentically and fearlessly. Take, for instance, ending a first date early because you sense it's not the right fit for you. It requires courage to walk away despite potential discomfort or judgment. All right, so point number 2, the dark feminine energy also is about recognizing your worth and setting those non negotiable standards and boundaries. So, picture this for a moment. You just started seeing someone new, and if this person isn't living up to your expectations, he's not putting in the effort, and your gut is telling you that there is something wrong, what do? You don't beg him to change. You don't complain or try to fix something. Instead, you simply walk away. You simply resent your energy. And dark feminine woman knows the power of her energy. She knows that not every situation, not every person you meet deserves a VIP pass to your energy. Your energy is most precious currency. And where do you really want to invest it? You invested in the situations and relationships that honors you, your worth, and brings out the best in you. This might mean pulling back, focusing more on yourself, and less on what's draining you. It's not about being cold, it's about really being self-respecting. If you are in committed relationship, you're married, for example, when things aren't quite clicking, of course you don't walk out the door the moment something is not the way you want. But here is the thing, there is this incredible strength in knowing when to step back and redirect your energy towards yourself, living your best life. We pull back our energy not out of the spite, but because we value ourselves too much to settle for anything less than we deserve. It's about setting those non negotiable standards and knowing our worth deeply. If something doesn't meet these standards, it simply doesn't get a piece of our vibrant energy. And that's the essence of confident feminine strength, knowing when to hold on and when to let go. And elevating our lives starts with elevating our standards. You get what you are willing to accept. So, what are you willing to accept in your relationship, be it love, friendship, or family? How about in your career, your health, or even in the way you treat yourself? Getting crystal clear on these standards is crucial because anything that falls short, well, simply it doesn't deserve your precious energy. Point number 3, the quiet power of feminine assertiveness. So there comes in your life a moment that demands you to stand your ground. It's easy to get in those moments in really masculine assertiveness. Masculine assertiveness is that bold, energetic push forward our goals. It's the assertiveness, I can and I will attitude. Picture yourself in a high stake meeting where presenting your ideas with confidence and conviction is a key. This is masculine assertiveness in action, direct, goal oriented, and sometimes competitive. It's a courage to raise your hand, the drive to speak up, and the determination to take charge. And sometimes we really need that. But feminine assertiveness, it is an art form. It's like the dark feminine energy within us that leans back rather than charge ahead. It's quieter, almost as if you're pulling your energy back, creating a boundary with your presence. Your body language and look can really convey everything needed. It's a power of gentle no, communicated with a calm and confidence that respects both your boundaries and those of others. Think about those moments when a simple, confident look was all it took. So remember maybe how, as a kid, one glance from your mom could speak volumes. And that right there is the essence of feminine assertiveness. For example, on that date, when something off-putting is said, it's your dark feminine energy that calmly communicates. This doesn't work for me. This is not okay. And if boundaries are disregarded, it's that same energy that allows you to say calmly, firmly, no. And being quietly assertive means really being direct, clear, and simple, yet remaining utterly tranquil. It's about declaring your boundaries without the need for a loud declaration. So it's also about shifting your language to be slightly more assertive. For example, if you're running late, instead of drawing all these apologies, you flip it into thank you for your patience. It's so more empowering, isn't it? Or if something doesn't work for you, without long explanation, you go to the no, that doesn't work for me. But here's what does. Assertiveness, it's about being clear, kind, and to the point. It can be incredibly hard to embrace the discomfort at the start when you use assertive language. You say shortly no, and then you just be with that discomfort of silence for a few seconds. And I can tell you, it gets easier. Awkwardness fades, but the sense of incredible empowerment stays. So don't forget about how powerful calm and quiet assertiveness can be. And don't forget that revoking your energy is also a form of being assertive. Point number 4, this it's about this seductive power of dark feminine mystique. An essence of dark feminine teaches us that oversharing can dilute your power. Dark feminine, to some degree, embodies mystery and privacy. This isn't about creating barriers, but about cultivating a selective openness that protects and empowers your energy. It's about sharing those sacred parts of yourself with those who truly deserve it, your inner cycle. It's also about listening more and speaking less, observing rather than splashing your energy with oversharing to whomever is listening. So imagine the power in reserving parts of your story like hidden gems, only revealed to those who earned the privilege. This selectiveness is not just about guarding your heart, it's about ensuring that your energy aligns with those who uplift and inspire you. And remember, we are the sum of our closest connections. The dark feminine knows this instinctively and chooses her company with care, ensuring that her environment reflects her worth and aspirations. So, this selective sharing, this thoughtful engagement with the world around us, it's not just strategy, it's a form of self care. It's not about hiding away, but about moving through the world with a conscious awareness of who and what deserves your precious energy. In doing so, You protect your light, allowing it to shine brightly on your own terms and in spaces that honors and reflects your true essence. And the final one, fifth one, is about focusing on yourself, putting yourself first. So once in a while, every one of us feels to step up our game and truly own your journey. So once again, dark feminine energy is calling you with inner voice, inviting you to place yourself at the top of your priority list, especially when you are on a mission to level up your life. And it doesn't mean selfishness at all. It is a strategy of a self-care. Being selfless, always prioritizing other needs, is like trying to fill cups from an empty jar. It just doesn't work for anyone. If you are a woman who naturally puts everyone else above yourself and your needs come last, then you are more likely a light feminine woman. She loves to give, loves to nurture, being super sweet and super kind, super caring, and all of that is beautiful. And the dark feminine teaches you that it's okay to be your own priority sometimes. It's okay to be a villain and make decisions simply because it's in line with your best interest, even if other people don't agree with it. We need both of those sides. That is how you become the most healthy, the most balanced, the most powerful, the most magnetic version of yourself. There are times where a little healthy self focus is needed, where a good healthy self prioritizing is needed. And when you are trying to really truly level up your life, that is one of those times, and the dark feminine is going to help you with that. And also keep in mind that being a woman who isn't just like 100% in her dark feminine energy is not something to strive for. That's not the goal at all. Now, here is an important thing. How do we get ourselves out of the way of thinking about all of those things that I just listed that are about embodying dark feminine? How do we not overthink about it? So, as I already mentioned before, at the core, we work with a primal brain, but in everyday life, we need something easy to implement, actionable, something that sticks. And I want to introduce to you a simple yet very powerful tool how to make your dark feminine alive in your life. And by that, also embracing what you want to get out of the next decade of your life, for example. And this tools brings amazing balance between surrendering to the life and leading your ship of the life with intention, especially when navigating through the dark feminine energy. So great leadership isn't just about being in control, it's about anchoring yourself and holding space for your inner world and also expanding while maintaining that quiet, unshakable core. It's about letting life flowing all while staying true to those five things we just talked about, embracing discomfort of being disliked, setting firm boundaries, asserting yourself with feminine quietness, valuing your privacy, and the act of putting yourself first. And the essence of being successful in that isn't about being able to be with all those things that might come up to you, trigger things like fear, doubt, and pains. We all experience those things, but what sets apart those who really thrive in this strategy in claiming the dark feminine is your mindset. So imagine flipping a switch inside you, lightening up your consciousness with a mindset that offers you a grounding base. So rather than trying to remember, oh, I have to set my boundaries, be assertive, did I just choose myself or not? We are not trying to control all of that. We are not trying to control our emotions, life events. We simply switch a specific mindset in the background inside of ourselves. So, how does this work? So, my invitation is for you to come up with a mindset that supports your reclamation of dark feminine. And the cool thing about this is that it doesn't matter what you got in your mindset right now. It doesn't matter where your mindset have been so far. The question is, what is a mindset you need for you to claim your true power, your dark feminine. And to make it super, super easy, you focus on one mindset each day. You remind yourself of it in the morning and then hold it through the day and keep coming back to that singular thing that allows a kind of continuous mindset. So, I invite you to list out anywhere between 5 to 10 mindsets now. Those are the mindsets that will help you embody and claim your dark feminine and ultimately get you where you want to be for the next 10 years of your life. And I will give you an example. So you can write them down, take a photo in your phone, and keep it with you. And here are the examples. So, for the point number 1 that we covered, to embrace being disliked, you might want to choose a mindset: my truth is my compass. I choose disliked over being genuine. Second, for standing in your boundaries and standards, you can simply say, I honor my boundaries. My boundaries are a reflection of my self respect. I am more and more powerful by saying no to what's less than I deserve. Being assertive, I choose clarity over volume. I embrace the power of gentle no. I feel comfortable in the silence that flows. My no is a powerful affirmation of my worth. Choosing privacy, I share my energy and story only with those who honor me. In the art of selective sharing, I find liberation. My privacy is a testament to my self respect and wisdom. And finally, focusing on yourself and putting yourself first, you can choose mindsets like choosing myself is self care. I put self care before care of others. I grant myself permission to be my own priority. I choose myself first to step into a life where I am the most vibrant, balanced, and powerful version of me. So your mindset can help you so much. So holding whatever mindset you want becomes a huge difference in implementing dark feminine into everyday life. So holding whatever mindset you want is a huge difference, and it makes it so easy to implement dark feminine into your everyday life. All right, so this was a big piece for our daily life to implement dark feminine. Another piece that I want to give you is so valuable, and it is going to address more of that primal brain, what we covered on day 3. And what I really want to encourage you is to have a daily morning practice. So let's break it down. So we all have these two versions of ourselves. We have our conditioned self and we have our true self. Our conditioned self is everything that got impacted by history, by witch burning times, by how you grew up, by what your society has told you, what is acceptable and what is not. It gets a lot of attention and it's quite highly developed. And then there is our true self, that is pure essence of who we are meant to be in this world. And this true self feels like I know who I am, I love my life, I know what is my path, and I walk with courage, and I know my worth. The challenge is to create a space for yourself in this hustle and busy everyday life. But this is crucial for you to recognize when your conditioned self takes the stage and when your soul self emerges. For you to also get clear what are those boundaries and standards which you want to uplift in your life. Where should you clearly say, I'm choosing myself? Where you are really taking that assertive tone and saying no. So you need time to separate your truth from conditioning, and it can be done. You can get great results by creating container where you spend time with yourself. So my invitation is to find time in the morning. It can be as little as 15 minutes. You may choose 30 minutes or more. It is up to you. And you be with yourself in whatever ways works for you. And as you have this time for yourself, you will start to separate your truth from conditioned self. You will start to figure out more deeply what are those boundaries, what are those standards you want to claim. You will start to figure out where do you want to say no with that assertiveness and where do you need to say yes to yourself, prioritizing yourself. So you separate your truth by talking to your soul. We can do that in many different ways, and everybody has, I think, their own way of connecting with their soul. So you can connect with your soul by closing eyes and turning on the music and then see things inside. Some people connect with their soul through writing, through having their soul talking to them as they write. Other people hear things like audio inside of them. Some people feel things. Some people have to dance in order to connect with their souls. And some need to go in the nature outside in order to connect with their souls. So there are many different ways to do it. And I want to invite you experiment and practice. Do some journaling, do some guided visualization, and figure out what works for you. And you be with yourself in that time frame. You also create container of ritual for this. We talked about importance of ritual on day number 3. Rituals are the language of primal brain, and we use rituals to connect to our primal brain and empower our dark feminine side that lives in that part of our brain. So here's how you create container for ritual. First, it's about space. It is very important to create some kind of space for time with yourself. Something that you repeatedly do or go to. It can be laying out a special blanket you sit on while being in this space. It can be as simple as lighting up a candle, sitting in front of the altar. Most importantly, you take it as a thing you repeat. And this is so, so important because it creates a threshold into the sacred. It distracts the mind from the ideas and limitations, what we have about who we are and what we are capable of doing. And it allows us to connect to our deeper wisdom. It signals our brain that it's okay to go deeper. This is a time and space for that. You are laying it out now. This is a potent space to begin to speak to our subconscious and our body. Second is about intention, purpose. And purpose is one of the most important aspects of ritual. For the purpose, it can be as simple as declaring to yourself, to your higher self, okay, I'm here now. I'm here to listen to the wisdom that my soul wants to communicate with me. I'm listening right now. And then being really silent and listen. You can ask questions to get more clear information that you are receiving. You can ask questions about your daily life. The secret here is not to expect something to happen, not to expect that some kind of information will come to you. You might not receive information or any answer during the morning time. It can be later in the day when you hear words in the song. Just click, it's about the question I just asked. It can be a visual or picture you see and you understand. So it can be different kind of signs and symbols on your daily life. Third piece is about you might want to invite supportive power in your ritual time. And this is where you might want to get curious about your lineage, your bloodline. You might be called to choose lineage without knowing that you belong to this bloodline. Any lineage is available to you. You don't need to pass any test to prove that you belong to a certain niche, especially when it comes to spiritual lineage. You might want to choose to connect with archetype Great Mother, connect with Goddess Isis. You don't need to pass a test to be able to honor somebody. You just need to feel heart-to-heart connection. And my encouragement is to create relationship with whoever you're calling to your ritual space. Just like we do with people, we are creating relationship with those that are on the other side of the veil. We might want to create a candle especially for them, bringing flowers, fresh spring water. And altar is a beautiful space where to explore this connection and relationship with the sacred. We create this safe, sacred space because we want to make it meaningful, because we want to create a relationship with ourselves on a deeper level. So this is a space where you invite sacred into the conversation. When I lit up this candle, when I put on incense, when I have the flower essential oil, it means that my attention is here with you, that I'm interested in creating that relationship with your sacred goddess. So take 15 minutes for yourself, create a simple ritual around it, work towards creating more space for yourself and your soul, and be aware that this change may not sit well with others. Often our conditioned self has us bending over backwards for others, neglecting our needs. Learn to ask, what do I really want? Prioritize yourself and be prepared for the pushback. Some people might even get upset, especially those who rely heavily on your support. And remember, it's crucial to communicate your needs, maintaining your boundaries, and spend less time with those who fail to respect them. So, venturing on this path can really bring resistance from somebody, but life is long, and you might be surprised at how many will eventually appreciate you for who you are truly. So you might fear that letting your soul lead, letting your dark feminine out could disrupt your life, but you won't discover anything you can't handle. You were born with everything it takes to navigate these challenges. So give yourself permission to live your life and become the person you are meant to be. You got this. If you know that you need a support system around you, if you have tried claiming your true power and it didn't work before, if you want a rapid change and fast forward yourself in the place where you are in your true power, I want to share with you the way you can do it with me. So, some people are just meant to do work solo, and that's great. And you also might be called to find someone who can guide you back to you with a different space holder, and that one finds those people. But in case you feel that I'm your guide, who can just take your hand and give the guidance on how to get to the core of what is keeping you away from being you, being in your true power, how to release those blockages, how to shift your life to get where you want to be. My one-on-one coaching program, Deep Feminine, is for you. And this program has helped many clients to reclaim their whole feminine essence, their innate self worthiness, and true power in alignment with who she is meant to be. I get results by combining ancient mystical practices from tantric traditions like breathwork, sounding, energy activation, and I combine it with most up to date modern tools for transformation. It's about somatic healing, feeling safe in your nervous system, and deep, deep self love. And this package has 12 one-hour coaching sessions where we cover 9 core modules that will flesh out and integrate your core blockages, fears, and resistances. That is a path to claim your true feminine, your essence, who you are meant to be in this life. This program is enriched with powerful bonuses, including breathwork, sex magic, healing practices, and so many more. What I really love about this program, you also receive an imprint of methodology that you can then use and apply to get anything in your life. So you go through this program once and you know how to navigate anything in your lives and how to get to your goals and desires by using this methodology. You have received so much value from this challenge. It was only 2.5 hours altogether. Just imagine where you can get in 3 months working with me, where I hold space for your transformation uniquely designed for you. Investment in this program is 197 euros a month for 6 months, or for a bit of saving, you can pay in full 997 euros. And because you showed your dedication by completing this 5-day activation, you will get access to my upcoming masterclass, Recharge Your Life in Sync with Nature Cycles. If you sign up for my coaching program, Deep Feminine, in the next 24 hours. This masterclass will cover everything about how our life is really cyclical, and by recognizing nature cycles, our life cycles, month cycles, we start to see this pattern in life and embrace it as a powerful ally in our life. Here's a link to claim your spot in my one-on-one coaching program, Deep Feminine. If I'm your person, it would be my honor to walk with you on this journey to claim your true power, your deepest desires. This has been an amazing journey. Thank you for being with me. I hope to hear from you what you have gained from this and see you in other spaces another time. So, do you have any questions about the material I covered today? Use this time when you have access to me and ask any question about material, and I will make sure you get your answer. Use the form below or drop me the email.